I'm Chris Griffie. I'm with the School of Exercise Science and Wellness. I'm a graduate student, and I'm doing my presentation on the positive effects of creatine as an ergogenic aid. Okay, when you first hear of creatine, most people think, it's for bodybuilders, people that's trying to gain big muscles, anything like that, in the, wellness industry. When it comes to supplements, creatine is one of the most scientifically researched ergogenic aids on the market. For decades, mostly male athletes are the people that it's marketed towards. You see certain ads and you see these guys that are bodybuilders, that just have giant muscles and things like that, and you kind of just put it in the afterthought. Although studies show a wide range of responses, the vast majority of results support that creatine effectively enhances anaerobic performance, which is, your common weightlifting, while providing a multitude of other health benefits in the average male, along with female and other competitive athletes. However, creatine is very complex and can be much more versatile than most people realize. Taking creatine as a supplement is very popular among athletes and bodybuilders, as I previously stated, in order to gain muscle, enhance strength, and improve exercise performance. But chemically speaking, it shares many similarities with amino acids. Your body can produce it from amino acids, glycine and arginine. Several factors affect your body's creatine stores, including meat intake, mostly from red meat, your exercise, the amount of muscle mass you currently have, levels of hormones like your testosterone and your IGF-1. About 95% of your body's creatine is stored in your muscles, and it's in the form of phosphocreatine. The other 5% is found in your brain, your kidneys, and your liver. When you supplement with creatine, you increase the stores of your phosphocreatine. This is a form that's stored as energy in your cells, as it helps with your body to produce more of a high energy molecule called ATP. ATP is often called the body's energy currency. When you have more ATP, your body can perform better during exercise. Creatine also alters several cellular processes that lead to increased muscle mass, strength, and recovery. Older individuals may also use creatine to prevent sarcopenia, and accordingly may have therapeutic benefits for muscle wasting diseases such as Parkinson's. Although the effect of creatine on the musculoskeletal system has been extensively studied, less attention has been paid to the potential benefits of other physiological systems. Because there is a significant pool of creatine in the brain, the utility of creatine supplementation has been examined in both animal models, neurological disorders, and in humans. While the data is preliminary, there is evidence to suggest that individuals with certain neurological conditions may benefit from exogenous creatine supplementation if treatment protocols can be optimized. So one of the most misconceptions is, what is creatine? Creatine is an amino acid located mostly in your body's muscles, as well as in the brain. Though it can be made synthetically, most people get creatine through seafood and red meat. The body's liver, pancreas, and kidneys also make creatine. Your body converts creatine to phosphocreatine and stores it in your muscles, where it is used for energy. As a result, most people take creatine orally to improve athletic performance and gain muscle mass. People also use oral creatine to treat certain brain disorders, congestive heart failure, and other conditions. It even has scientifically proven evidence that support its benefits as a powerful anti-aging ergogenic aid. So how does creatine work? Most people have heard of creatine as a sports supplement. That's typically because it is widely described in regards to boosting performance by delivering more power when it is needed. However, when you eat creatine or take it as a supplement, it forms a chemical called creatine phosphate. When your muscles need energy, your body can relatively simply make more ATP from phosphocreatine. Another effect of creatine is that it increases the volume of muscle in a short, more energy, more strength, more lean muscle tissue. Along with the boost in power, your muscles will become more volumized, which is a simple bonus that means that creatine can be taken before or after you exercise. Here I have some visuals. In the top right-hand corner, you'll see how does creatine work. This is the most common way that when you ingest creatine, the process that your body kind of goes through. So when you first get ready to go, say you work out or anything, you have your ATP, and then your energy is used. Once your energy is used, it goes to ADP. So now this is where your phosphocreatine comes into play. It sends over the signal back to the ADP and turns it back into ATP. That way you have stored energy ready to go. And this speeds up the process of your body recovering after exercise, and it's ready to go for your next workout. And then the bottom right here where it says creatine as the supplement and the lady getting ready to sprint. Creatine is a molecule naturally produced in the body, majority is stored in your body's muscles as phosphocreatine. Think of phosphocreatine as energy for short, high-intensity exercises. Supplementing with creatine can improve sprint performance, maximal strength and power, and have positive effects on lean muscle mass. All active people consistently training at high intensities and weightlifting, especially vegan and vegetarian athletes, may benefit from supplementation. Consuming 3 to 5 grams a day of creatine monohydrate is sufficient. Loading phases have been shown to be unnecessary. Athletes should only use products that are NSF certified for sport and informed sport. Okay, the first population we're going to look at is the effects in college-age males. So in this first study, it was a 6-week study. The treatment group was males aged 18 to 24 experimented with creatine post-resistance training 6 days per week. As a result, there was an average lean mass gain of 8.5 kilograms versus the 5.5 kilograms by the placebo group. For the 1 rep max bench press, the treatment group experienced a 17.3 kilogram increase versus the 12.2 kilogram increase for the control group. The 1 rep max squat test saw a 21.2 kilogram increase from the treatment group versus a 15 kilogram increase from the placebo group. And lastly, for the 1 rep max preacher curl, the treatment group saw an increase of 8.17 kilograms increase from the placebo group had a 7.1 increase. The next population is elderly women. 45 healthy women from the age ranges of 63 to 68 years old were randomly assigned into 4 groups in a 12-week accompanying resistance training or static active stretching exercises. 2 groups performed 12 weeks of resistance training, 1 routine, 3 times a week, 8 exercises, 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Associated to the creatine or placebo supplementation, the other 2 groups performed 12 weeks of static active stretching exercises, 1 routine, 2 times per week, 18 exercises, 1 set of 20. Associated with the creatine or placebo. Creatine or the placebo was consumed in a daily dose of 5 grams. Interaction supplementation versus the moment was observed for body mass with greater gains during 12 weeks in the creatine groups, as a significant interaction group versus supplementation was found for muscle mass. Identifying additional effect, creatine supplementation in the group that performed resistance training, there were no significant changes in relative body fat or fat mass for either group. However, while identifying additional effect of creatine supplementation in the group that performed resistance training, results showed a significant increase in strength in regards to the increase total amount weight used as well as repetitions per set. The next population would be the Parkinson's disease, and I think this is the one that intrigued me the absolute most. During this study, 20 people suffering from mild to moderate Parkinson's was randomly selected, ages 50 to 70 years old. People with Parkinson's disease exhibit decreased muscular fitness, including decreased muscle mass, muscle strength, bioenergetic capabilities, and increased fatigability. 20 patients with idiopathic PD were randomized to receive creatine monohydrate supplementation plus resistance training, the creatine or placebo, plus resistance training using a double-blind procedure. Creatine and placebo supplementation consisted of 20 grams daily for the first 5 days and a 5-gram dose every day thereafter. Both groups participated in progressive resistance training, 24 sessions, 2 times per week, 1 set, 8 to 12 repetitions, non-exercises. Participants performed 1 rep maximum for chest press, leg extension, and bicep curls. Muscular endurance was elevated for chest press, leg extension as the number of repetitions to failure using 60% of the baseline 1 rep maximum. Functional performance was evaluated as the time to perform 3 consecutive chair raises. Results found a mean increase of 25% for the chest press strength and bicep curl strength test were recorded for the treatment group versus only 8% for the placebo group. For a functional response, the chair raise, which are the sit-to-stands, performance significantly improved as well for the creatine group, increasing 12%, which is the reps over time, versus the placebo group that only saw a minuscule increase of only 0.3%. Both the placebo and the creatine group saw a significant increase of the 1 rep max leg extension, with the placebo group coming in at 16% and the creatine group coming in at 18%. Statistical analysis revealed significant group versus time interactions for chest press strength and bicep curl strength, and post hoc testing revealed that the improvement was significantly greater for the creatine. The chair raise group significantly increased their performance as well. These findings demonstrate that creatine supplementation can enhance the benefits of resistance training as well for the patients suffering from Parkinson's disease. The conclusions and recommendations. The research supports that creatine has profound effects for more than just male weightlifters. We can see a multitude of positive effects in a wide range of participants that pair creatine as an ergogenic aid with resistance training. Each study used the universally renowned 5 grams of creatine monohydrate. I would highly recommend anyone involved in resistance training looking to increase their lean muscle mass, strength, overall body composition, or boost their everyday performance to do their research and talk to your doctor, and see if creatine could be right for you, as well as anyone suffering from a muscle wasting disease or people who lack energy, mental clarity, or strength to perform life's everyday tasks. And here is just a visual of the myths and truths of creatine. One myth, creatine is a drug/steroid. That's not true. And then a truth would be creatine is found naturally in the body, also in food. A myth would be creatine gives you fake water muscles, which is not true. Creatine pulls water into the muscles at the cellular level, but your actual muscle growth is real, not just water. You need to cycle creatine to go through a loading phase, which is not true. 5 grams per day is all you need to maintain your creatine levels. Creatine harms your liver and kidneys, which is not true. Creatine is the most studied supplement out there. No serious side effects have been found. Women shouldn't take creatine, which is false. Creatine helps your body produce more ATP, therefore improves your overall performance, which is beneficial. And creatine is best for serious lifters, not for everyday casual gym goers, which is also a myth. And there's my works cited, and that concludes my presentation.
Questions for our speaker?
Christopher, I wanted to ask, so with the creatine, do you know about any long-term effects or chronic effects of taking creatine?
There were no long-term effects that I found during the studies. As far as my own personal knowledge, I don't know of any long-term bad effects. I mean, you could have cramping, some people have bloating, but I think that goes along like with your diet and everything as well. So people who don't understand the diet and carbohydrate intake as well as your hydration, I think that part plays a huge factor into that part. So as far as negative long-term effects, I don't know any.
Thanks. And then the last thing I wanted to ask is, I know you talked about the 5 grams. Has there been any recommendations based on body weight? So like if someone's 100